So, guys, I really just want to make a really important, poignant point right now. I just want to say something. If everybody could
Excuse me. Hey,
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Ed,
Can I interrupt for
sorry.
just a second?
Okay, Ed, what
I
do you
need to
wanna
talk
say?
about something completely unrelated. My sister is on the phone to give her a version of what happened when I made the taco pasta.
Really?
Yeah, we're still on this.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé. Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown. 90-day Beyonce. Marrying someone you only met on your phone. Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes.
Let's love.
On this. I've decided, by the way, anything that I'm going to call something that's irrelevant that we've already litigated, I'm going to call that taco pasta.
Taco pasta.
This is so taco pasta right now.
What is that? That's going to be used a lot on this show.
I
know. What is taco pasta?
I can only imagine that it is.
I want to Google, but I don't.
I have a feeling it is some type of. I feel like it's probably ground beef.
Is there lettuce in it? Like lettuce in the pasta?
No.
Because I've had pasta with arugula.
It's not arugula.
Okay.
No. I don't think there are vegetables in this.
Ah, okay.
It's probably like just a taco seasoning thing, seasoned ground beef.
Is it just taco
with maybe salsa?
Is it just
and a bunch of
hamburger
spaghetti?
helper?
Yeah. Taco pasta.
Because isn't there a taco hamburger helper? I believe
Sure,
there is.
I'm sure there is. Yeah. This is Ed's signature dish. Makes sense.
It does sound like something that Aunt Peggy would have brought over to my dad's when I was in Oklahoma.
I made you some taco pasta. She would call it a casserole, though.
She would say a casserole. This is hey.
This is reality gaze.
You know what? I wanted to say that. I want to say the name of the show now. This is
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi. I miss him for that only one reason. Hi. Hi.
Don't miss his shitty father. All right, everybody. This is Happily Ever After, season 8.
We never saw his father, did we?
No, but he was like giving shit to some other podcasters. His dad was.
That's
so
a
fuck
shame.
that guy. This is Happily Ever After, season 8, episode 21. Tell All, part
2
and
of 5.
Don't get it twisted. We're not halfway. We are not halfway. Don't you
And
dare.
It's still not on Discovery Plus /Max.
It is so. Thank you. So the verdict on that is the sissies who do the work. They came back and found out that Discovery said it's not going to be on. They were trying to say now they're trying to say it's something to do with the Olympics airing.
That's what I heard. I feel like this is all just some kind of gossip train that who knows what people are going to say next.
Because are there?
It's involved with the moon landing.
Yeah. Is the TLC hosting Olympic footage? I was not aware.
No.
Okay. Because so. Anyway, but because of that, the tell-all is not going to be posted on Max or Discovery until the entire season is finished, which
is
sucks.
stupid.
I honestly, I can tell you just from working in a law office, this is some stupid legal bullshit that they probably weren't aware of. One of their attorneys got fired because the PR people and the rest of the people are like going, what the fuck? Where can we watch it, Poodle?
You can watch it on TLC Go. TLC Go. Go. Now, there are commercials, but and it will ask you for your service provider. Just click through that. It is unlocked. They have unlocked that content. That's like the only content that's unlocked that you don't need a service provider for. Because that's like one thing they're throwing y'all. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's normally locked, but they unlocked it. Good. Well, good. Good.
It's stupid. It's so stupid. They sold this Max/Discovery Plus idea. They've shoved it down our throats like a huge dick.
Well, that's enjoyable.
And they said choke on it.
I don't love that.
And then when we learned to choke on it and cry tears,
they love that.
Then they took it away. And we're going, Mama.
And that's just when you got used to not being able to breathe and breathing out your nose.
I know. Yeah.
Anyway,
we're sorry about that. We apologize.
Well,
I apologize. I don't apologize. It's not my fault, but I apologize that's happening to y'all. It sucks.
Yeah, sucks. That sucks. I forgot to tell you, I was at dinner and I saw Sissy in the Wild last night.
Oh.
It was very nice.
Where at?
I don't want to say because I go to this restaurant a lot, but it's a restaurant in LA. Sissy Rebecca came up to me and said hi. She had beautiful blush. I love it that our sissies are doing it right.
Good for
her. My friend was completely freaked out because they didn't know what was happening.
Yeah. When it's happened to me before and I've been with somebody, like it happened to me at Starbucks, and Sissy in the Wild came up and I was with somebody and they're like, that's someone who listens to your podcast? And I said,
didn't understand.
Like, they know what you look like? And I said, yeah, my face is on the thing. He's like, you talked about podcasting, but I didn't know
you sound like your mother
listened.
You sound like your mother trying to learn Cameo.
Jay Bird, if you're gonna do videos for strangers, maybe give one to your mother. Can I pay for it?
By the way, we are not on Cameo right now. We don't have time. Anyway, I loved it. So, and we always appreciate it. But anyway, we've got that. We've got there is a tell-all of 90 Day UK. So for some of you who are asking, we will be covering that. We don't know much about it. We haven't seen a trailer or anything for it.
No.
So we
know zero about it.
We know zero. We also have exciting news coming from the UK. Poodle, what's that?
Love is Blind UK.
Love is Blind.
Premieres
UK.
August 7th.
Yes.
4 episodes will drop.
Yes, we have the screeners, so we will be able to drop them.
You're going to get them all, so you can just dick pig out. Just finger bang yourself, eat with Cheeto fingers, and watch Love is Blind and listen to us at the same time. Take it all.
All right, that was descriptive.
Call out of work.
Yeah, because you're going to be exhausted. And your forearm is going to be too sort of tight the next day. So that's going to drop That's going to drop on
it's the 8th at midnight.
Oh yeah.
So ours drops. We give you a day.
Yeah, we give you a day.
Yeah,
give you a day. Any other announcements? Anything else? That's it. I know you're doing your Big Brother corners on Toe for people that are asking about that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
B90 trailer.
Y'all.
If you're getting lost in the sauce of the tell-all, there is a silver lining. B90 season 7 trailer dropped. And it is great. I'm very excited.
We're very excited.
I'm shivering with anticipation.
Patient. It looked great. We're going to talk. Do you want to do that now?
Yes, we're going to do kind of a little feature.
So we're going to talk about, since we have so many fucking tell-alls left, we thought we're going to talk about the couples. We're talking about one couple on each show. So on part 1, we're going to talk about a couple, and then on part 2, we're going to talk about a couple. So, and we're going to do that building up until B90 premieres.
So we're edging you, just taking that one finger.
Edging you back to glory. We're edging you back to glory.
Is that a song?
No, I just made. Who made a song called "Edging You Back to Glory"?
Well, you said it really, really confidently.
I just wanted to sing a song about it. I don't know why, but I did. Season
our first
7,
couple.
yes.
This is one who stood out for me in the trailer. Tiger Lily. One word. Tiger Lily. That's a name. That's a name. And that's her name. She's 41 from Texas.
And
now, she looks pretty much like you'd think a Tiger Lily would look like.
Well,
a lot of fillers.
Well, I was going to say, she does look like someone, but Tiger Lily, what I think of the name Tiger Lily, again,
Peter Pan.
I think of Peter Pan, who was
indigenous.
So
not so with Tiger. Well, who knows? Who knows? We don't know that.
But no, this tiger looks like if a white woman, because she might be, I don't know, indigenous, but
she looks like she's Darcying about 2019.
If a white woman was named Tiger Lily in Texas, it would look exactly like this bitch.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
It's a lot of fillers, and she's got that kind of she's got that kind of like eye look that her eyes have been done. That it kind of always looks like they're wet all the time.
Yeah, I get that.
She's so Tiger Lily and Adnan,
23.
who is 23 from Jordan.
Y'all remember, she's 41, so cougar.
Tiger Lily, I'm reading this directly from People Magazine. Thank you, People Magazine, America's trusted news source.
I get it every month or week, and I don't know why. I can't cancel it. I don't know how.
Every week?
I don't. It comes every week, and I don't know how to cancel it. I don't know. It's on like a credit card that I had, and then the number changed on the credit card. Like, it's a mess.
Tiger Lily is a glamorous 41-year-old mother of two with a taste for the finer things in life. Already, I'm sold.
Yes.
After leaving a controlling 10-year marriage, again, I'm sold. She vowed never to marry again until she met Adnan, a 22-year-old model from Jordan.
He is
on
hot.
Social media. Despite their age gap, the relationship has progressed quickly, and after only 4 months of talking, Tiger Lily plans to marry Adnan on the day she arrives in Jordan. So it's going to be a
Say that
wedding.
again. Say that again for people. She's
Tiger
marrying
Lily
him
plans
when?
to marry Adnan on the day she arrives in Jordan.
On
The day. I don't know, Riva.
I don't know, Riva.
So, while her friends are telling her to wait and warning her that Adnan's Muslim faith could mean there are huge cultural differences she hasn't considered, Tiger Lily is ready to risk it all for love. Will this finally be the happily ever after she's looking for? I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
This is
computer says no. Computer. Although, unless, he's a model. I don't think it said what she does, but she wants to be a reality star.
Yeah, for certain.
Unless they want to be together for reality star reasons, like Georgie, Darcy, then possibly.
Yeah, but
possibly.
this guy's Muslim, and so it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, Florian, Georgie didn't have those circumstances.
Yeah.
I mean, Florian does hate Christmas, but I don't know if that's...
Santa come on down.
But maybe that's...
bullshit.
I don't know if that's for religious reasons. God, give us Darcy and Stacy. That show was good.
We will be back for our next couple on part 2 of our part two of Tell All 2.
2.
Yeah, there's some real jewels. There's some real jewels this season.
Yeah.
We have a blind cast member. That's all I'm going to say.
No. It's great. All right.
And one who may be homeless or unhoused. May or may not.
Save it for the preview. You're previewing the preview. You can hide nothing. You close that.
I can't.
Close that page.
I'm just so excited about it.
It looks very, very, very good. So, yeah, it's going to be, and that premieres, by the way, on September 1st on TLC. So anyway,
it better be on Max.
I'm sure. Let me see in the press release because they'll say on TLC and Max. So it will be there. It's at 8
Your long
p.m.
nightmare will be over.
8 p.m. Eastern time, September 1st. So season 7. Wow. We started with B90 That was our first.
We started
foray.
with 4. I think.
First foray into all this shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think maybe 3.
We did
I can't
3.
remember.
I think we did 3.
I can't remember.
Because I think Darcy maybe was off by 4, or was 4 her last one? Who gives a shit?
I'm not sure.
All right, everybody. Boy, Caitlin and Christina, because I say out of all 90 Day, either the single life or really B90 gives us the best memes. It really does.
I agree. B90 is incredible.
It always does.
Yeah.
Caitlin's just over there looking at her television, just cracking her fingers, going crack, 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 and then apologizing for it.
Let's jump into this tell-all. Is that the announcements?
Yeah, that's it.
We were halfway through Gino and Jasmine, and we found out that Gino was looking of the porn Gino was perusing was that pornography produced by his former sugar baby.
His ex, yes.
So that was his ex, and I wonder. I often wonder. I wonder if she knew they were in a relationship.
Possibly. Well, I would think if she's probably watched the show.
Yeah.
So she would know.
And Jasmine's basically saying, and the thing is, and everyone's kind of scandalized by that.
They are.
And Jasmine says he doesn't even want me to use toys. He says no sticking things in your pussy, and then everyone enjoys that. Even Manuel is just like, God, I'm glad this is being translated.
And you just see her, Sean Robinson, go, "Oh wow."
Oh wow!
And I know y'all. She's gonna have to meet with the bishop on Sunday.
Another thing. It's like, Sean, I caught your tell-all. I'm so sorry, Reverend. I have a long list of things I'd like to talk with you about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, she says, I'm a single person who is married. And
I can relate to that. I know what that's like.
And basically, of course, there you go. Soapy basically says,
this mug TLC gave us is huge.
Well, I can totally understand that because sometimes Rob will say things and I don't want to have sex with him. It's not because of I was some types of sexual trauma or anything like that.
No.
No.
So you say mean things to me and words hurt because that's what I learned when I was 4 years old and I'm basically still there.
And Dana and Michelle are still there, and they are so Team Jasmine.
I was going to say, and still coming for Gino.
Yeah.
Y'all, which leads me to believe, I don't think Gino, I know, yeah, different. Like we talked about whatever, neurotypical stuff. But at the end of the day, too, I think Gino is crazily stubborn. Very, very stubborn. And Dana seems to be trying to emphasize that to him. Like, if you just gave a little bit.
Put forth the smallest amount of effort, they say.
Jasmine would appreciate it. And so it does. It's funny after this, we talk about what does a good tell-all do? Does it put a resolution on something or give new information or let us see it in a different light? This does that in that I kind of thought Jasmine was being dramatic a lot. And now I don't think she is.
I don't know if we're in the age. I think these new tell-alls like this, I don't even know what we could say about any of them.
Possibly.
We're going to talk about what happens in the house, y'all. In the house.
Yeah.
In a specific way. But anyway, they're basically Dana and Michelle leave. That's the end of day one. Normally, haven't they done these tell-alls in like 2 days? Or maybe a day of a really long day of filming.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're in the house, do you think it's going to be actual 5 days of filming?
I think they probably had like probably 3 days of filming.
Yeah.
Because this next episode, it's gonna be the same kind of thing. It's gonna they're probably always gonna be next episode will be finish the tell-all, people go home, we're back in the house.
Yeah.
Then we start the tell-all, and then we'll see you next week. So
at the very end, you guys, they call it. And Jasmine goes up to Gino and says, forget about sex. Let's start it on dates. Let's sleep in the same room together, even if we don't cuddle. I'm not going to give up on you. I still believe we can be happy together.
I appreciate you saying that, Jasmine.
And then, so we go back to the house. I don't know if I realized that Jason's name is spelled Jayson, which is a very gay way to spell Jason.
Well,
Jason. Jason.
He is from San Diego, the land of gay porn, and he's ex-military, current military.
He's at least in a jerk-off vid.
Because Ed yelled at him at possibly.
I'd watch it.
I would until he starts we're going to talk about this, but until he starts acting like a man, then I wish he wouldn't
acting like a man
so much. Yeah, I think let's talk about that real quick. It's not really a segment, but I was surprised they invited him because it's like literally this person just showed up to the dinner party like 3 hours late, and you want me to serve them a full dinner. But it is to troll Ed. It also does give a guy, because is there another man in the house that Manuel can speak to in Spanish?
No.
So I liked that we were able to get a bit of Manuel. And so I hope that Jason, after we come back to the house with he and Ashley segments, she can help with that. I don't know.
I think he's going to be just banging Liz the whole time. So we're going to do this in a kind of a different way, you guys. Instead of going play by play about everything, we're going to kind of let you know, because to me, that gets into both of us. This gets a little tedious because this was all over the place.
Kind of throwing it old school, like back in our Riverdale days and our few days where we are doing some more tea bags of topics.
We're going to start each of them with a quote.
Which I think...
quote and quotable, if you will.
Strong tea.
Give me strong tea with quotables.
Okay, before we begin, I just want to remind everybody, back in New Jersey... I don't know why. It needs to tell us like we're in New York.
Meanwhile, it's the caucus.
We're in New Jersey. Is it just because people are like, oh, do you think someone's going, Carl?
Yeah, where are we?
In New Jersey. Shit's gonna get real now.
Sounds exotic.
Shooter, go get me my self-tanner.
GTL shooter. So my first quote is from Patrick. You live in an alternate universe. You're not having sex with your wife and she wants it. Can you imagine? Because the guys always want sex. You get it? And the women are like, no, and like hitting them with their pocketbooks.
And we just have to slap our dick on their knee and then they give in, which is what works for Poodle and I. But how many times have you said you're not in the mood and then someone starts slapping you and you're just like, what?
I don't usually say I'm not in the mood. That's the thing. Or if I am, or if I'm not in the mood, there's a reason. It means stay the fuck away. You're not going to be able to do anything to me.
It probably means if you have a headache, you actually need to get banged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
If I'm not it's either two things. I'm either crawling all over you like Predator or like one of the aliens from the movie Alien, xenomorphs, like dripping on you and saying, fuck me. Or you've just banged me and I'm kind of normal for a while. There's nothing in the middle.
Nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And you'll see my egg timer going tick, 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 tick. And then I'm about to jump on you again.
If it dings, get out.
Exactly.
Yes. We're going to talk about, we're going to talk about Gino and Jasmine and the kind of their makeup in the house. And Poodle, how many people are really invested of Gino banging Jasmine?
It is kind of weird, and they all consider it some type of everyone opines on it, and everyone there's the women see it as, oh, this is definitely an emotional thing, and the guys are like, how could you not bag her? She's like fucking hot. Except for Angela, who actually does talk like one of the men.
Yeah,
like,
she does.
She's gorgeous. Why wouldn't you fuck her?
Yeah, it's almost like a little bit of jealousy. Like, are the people that saying that the ones that they want to fuck Jasmine?
I think I feel bad about this because they're all trying to be fucking Dr. Joyce Brothers about it, and not even really. Obviously, y'all, this is not just a problem with sex. This is a problem that goes with sex and shame, all kinds of stuff. And Gino's porn addiction, and I mean, this was how long ago was it that I threw out the fact that because he's been jerking it to cam models for so long, it's actually hard for him to be present in sex. Maybe one of his first or second seasons. And that's what happened. That was what was thrown. That was what was going on. And it's an intimacy issue. It has nothing to do with sex.
Yes,
whether he finds Jasmine, it's really frustrating to hear the guys talk like that. It's
because I don't think Gino's really being the most attentive with Jasmine, and again, kind of not having a lot of empathy to her. But at the same time, it is like, man, a guy just can't have his feelings, and actually be emotionally affected by something.
You know who the only one who agreed? Rob. He's like, yep, I wouldn't have been able to have sex with Sophie if she said anything like that to me.
Yeah.
But remember, Rob's feelings are very important feelings.
He's very important feelings. And
his feelings are the most important.
They are. But they're working out fine because Sophie doesn't really want to have sex either.
No. Jasmine makes him a drink. She says, but Gino goes, anyway, we made a lot of progress today. And she brings him a drink and he's like, oh,
baby, here you go.
Oh, that's really strong. What's in it? She's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
And at one point, she's like, they're like, and Thais says, let's see a kiss. And he like tries to kiss her. She's like, bleh, and it's so awful. And later on, she kisses him and it's better. But I enjoyed that everyone was so intent on this. And finally, they had to resolve it so people would leave them the fuck alone.
Sissies, it's time again to remind you that this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy.
Oh, God, my therapist. I totally spaced on her.
What?
I've been so busy lately that I missed a few appointments and I forgot to reschedule.
Uh-oh.
Dude, I've been busy. I have so many things going on right now. Work has been slammed with projects. My husband's been going on 3 work trips in a row, and the kids' soccer games are nonstop. Ugh, I guess I'm just an Uber for my children.
Poodle, for the umpteenth time, you are not a working soccer mom.
Well, I could be.
Really?
Oh, who am I kidding? As soon as I got my husband's credit card, those kids could be shipped off to boarding school.
But you know, Poods, your soccer mom delusion has a silver lining. Summer is winding down, and a lot of our sissies are juggling so many different things right now, and often their self-care gets put to the wayside. But when you feel like you have no time for yourself, self-care tools like therapy are more important than ever.
Yeah, I struggle with this, and my therapist and I talk about it a lot. If I have a big project I'm working on, my perfectionist tendencies get activated. Don't activate me. So I skip things like working out and therapy. But really, that's when I need both those things the most. So my therapist and I talk about the non-negotiables I can put in place to make sure I'm not mentally exhausted.
Well, that's smart. Well, and you know how I am when I just want to get things done.
Oh, yeah, you're a monster.
I appreciate the support, but it is a lot. My anxiety and my people-pleasing take over and tell me that I don't have time for me because everyone needs me.
Not familiar.
So my therapist and I have made a daily list of things for me that I have to get done before I do anything else.
Sissies, you got to fill your cup first. And we think therapy is one of the best ways you can do that. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule.
Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/realitygaze today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/realitygaze. Well, people really love Gino and Jasmine, and even with the rumors of them breaking up and things like that, a lot of sissies are upset about it. I would be. I'd be very upset about it. I love this.
I would mind my own fucking business.
Well,
sorry, that's just me.
But you know
what? I would gossip, but I wouldn't try to help. I would just leave it.
You would get drunk and be so messy and gossipy in this
gossip
house,
like crazy.
And then someone else, one of the people, would call you out publicly of something you said, like Jasmine does to Ed later on, and you would completely deny it.
Yeah, I would.
And then scream like Angela.
I don't know. It's scream like Angela.
I don't know if you'd scream like that.
No one. I'm too nervous about my chords.
Not even Viserys the dragon can roar like Angela.
Viserys was the king. You're thinking Vagar.
Vagar. I'm thinking of Vagar. Thank you. Yeah.
You're right.
Sorry. Nerd.
Vagar.
This season of House of Dragons, though, is good.
I agree. It's a great season.
I've really liked it. Okay.
We do a live chat in our Sissy Squad.
We do. We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Y'all, if you're join our Facebook group. We do a live chat when House of the Dragons. Sarah always puts a thing saying, "Where are my dragons?"
Yep. That's true. That's true.
Because if you don't watch on Sunday night, y'all, you're going to get spoiled. It's that kind of show.
It is. I luckily did not, but I'm caught up.
So, I think you have the next little quote.
Oh, we good? You got everything you got?
That's all I want to talk about.
Y'all, the next quote that we have is, hold on. Got you ready.
Oh, here we go.
All right. I'm the nicest bitch in this house. Motherfuckers. America, look at my blouse. Ain't it pretty? Oh, I might have added some. That shirt, I know we briefly mentioned it, but it's now that you see that blouse is more, it's not just like the flag. I think it's supposed to be like a topiary, or not a topiary, but a mural of American history on her shirt.
There's a lot of detail. Yeah.
Horrible.
It's hideous. Yeah. So, what are you talking about?
We're going to talk about Loren and Michael and that conversation that she had.
Loren trying to play Yenta for Michael and Angela.
I know.
What kind of power you think you have?
I loved it when she said, I mean, I've done this before when I was younger, so I see you, Loren, of where I'm like, I should be a therapist. And then an hour later, you're like, I made a terrible, terrible mistake.
Lauren's like, I feel like I caused a fight. First of all, Loren, they were going to fight regardless. Yes. So Angela is only comfortable, and Angela only feels normal when she's angry.
Yep.
So if you wonder why she's angry all the time, that's the only time when she feels normal, when she feels aggrieved.
For sure. And I think Loren kind of projected her own kind of marital status and equivocated or thought, well, my problems are similar.
She just wants attention. No,
she's like,
that's not it.
Michael, you just gotta go over there and just grab her hand and you just whisper in her ear, I love you. And I just came to say that. Yeah, honey, this is not you. And Alexi have a normal, healthy relationship.
Yeah.
The same rules don't apply.
Angela is a deeply broken individual.
Yeah.
Her whole life has been shit, and she's going to spew that shit onto everybody she touches.
And I will say this. I don't think Angela ever wanted Michael over here.
I totally agree with you.
She did not want him over there because she really doesn't know / can't / triggered by living with a man, dealing with a man.
Yep.
She can't. She doesn't have the capacity to do it.
Well, also, she can't believe he loves her.
Well,
because you can't, because
no man ever
otherwise,
has, and
because this way, I can't believe he loves her. I can't believe he loves me because I'm unlovable.
yes.
So it's not that he loves me. It must be that he's
for
skinning
her.
me.
I'm sorry. I just want to add for her specifically. I'm unlovable by men. It's even deeper, like the men thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's why she thinks he's probably then the only. The only sensible thing is that he is scammy. Yeah.
And so this is the thing. This is why she's besides her normally. That's why Ed says later on, I've never seen her this completely activated.
Mm-hmm.
It is because she could feel like she was the victim now because of Michael being kind of just walking around being himself. And Michael is a great politician. Let's not get it twisted.
Yes, and where Angela says he's trying to get everybody to, I do think there's some truth in that. He's
going to be so polite, and because that's Michael. And
that said, no one deserves to be treated.
No one
he's treated. So we're not excusing that behavior.
Not at all. This whole thing happens. Of course, he finds her, and he's like, "There he is. Why don't you pay attention to your wife? I got good-looking men in here."
She starts screaming. It becomes. We're not going to go word for word because it's the same note of her screaming.
You're the problem.
But to me, it reminded me of like her screaming at him going upstairs, her then going upstairs and saying, back off. Thais thinking that she was going to throw Michael off the stairs and was like, no, save him. And then meanwhile, the women are all Jasmine and Loren and Liz, they're all gathering up on the stairs to eavesdrop. And then it became like that scene from Bedknobs and Broomsticks when they go to the island and everyone's scared of the Lion King.
Yes, and everything turns animated.
And they do the soccer game, where they're just like,
yes,
the line goes this way and everybody runs away that way, and the line goes this way and they're like,
that was such a trippy part of that movie. I always fast forwarded it because
it's my favorite part.
I don't doubt that at all. I found it not necessary.
It was. I think they did.
My
it to
favorite
really
part is the Nazis getting screwed over by the suit of armor.
Part's the ending. Yeah, I should take a gummy and watch that.
That in Portobello Road.
Yeah, we can't get. Well, we can't get into Bedknobs.
Road.
I went there.
Road.
I went there because of that movie. It was really enjoyable.
Gay.
It's true. So anyway, that's basically what most of it. Keep going.
And then Loren at the end is like, I feel like I caused a fight.
It was. So I will say that is the funny part of this whole. I don't necessarily love covering it because it's we feel like a whiplash of going back and forth with this plot. But as a viewer, I think I really enjoy watching this.
I got to say this. I know I enjoyed watching it more than I enjoy covering it because this was a fucking mess in the best possible way.
It was.
Yeah.
All right, Poodle, what's your next tea bag?
My next one is Ashley Little Mente talking to Patrick saying, so what's your birthday? You're on the cusp.
20th.
You're on the cusp. Do you consider yourself a Taurus? Oh, yeah. And he's like, I've been wanting to talk to you about lifting. So apparently she's doing powerlifting.
Yeah. Conversation I did not expect.
I did not expect it. And also, and Manuel, she's like, Manuel won't lift with me because like he's kind of scared of me, he says. Then she goes over and talks to Ed, and it's so interesting. Ashley thinks that it's interesting how Ashley. It's very Enneagram 4 of her, and I do agree that Ashley is an Enneagram 4.
She's the one someone you will admit.
She's definitely an Enneagram 4, but she's trying to befriend Ed. But what's interesting, you guys, in a house with strong women, Jasmine, I would put Loren in this.
Yeah.
And of course, Angela.
Yeah, Loren and Alexi had a storyline about her place.
Yeah. Ashley tends to kind of sit and watch. And it's very interesting because in her segments, she does not live that way.
She does not live that way.
That's been very interesting for me.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I actually like her so much better on the tell-alls than any of her segments.
It's not surprising to me because I saw that in her. Because I've always said she can be a mess. I said, but I bet she's really good at her job because she's smart and she notices things really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy her. This is another part I like about this house thing is that you're seeing people. For some people, it's like a magnifying glass, and for some people, they feel like the pressure's off and they're a different side.
She's trying to understand fucking Ed.
Give up, honey.
Yep.
I'll give you one example. Her name is Rose, and she's been there, done that.
You're my best view. What's your next one?
My next teabag, y'all. I feel like, do we have Christina? Can you play some Love After Dark music? Because right now,
what is that?
Right now, that was a saxophone.
That's a harmonica.
What? No, that's a harmonica.
Sorry.
Christina, just put in a saxophone. This is hard to do. Please. Why do when I call for Christina, I always look up like it's Jesus.
I don't know,
hey,
like your God.
If you're watching the video. But y'all, it's time for Happily Ever After sex quotes.
Sex quotes.
Y'all, there was a lot of talk about sex in this episode. The first one I noticed was, yeah. Rope doesn't like to shout because he says penises don't work in the water.
There was a lot of amateur sex stuff kind of thrown out. Then we had
wait, hold on. We would not be doing our due diligence if we did not say, I am here to tell you
penises work in water.
They work just fine.
They are quite waterproof.
Yes, they do. Well, yes, they're like.
I don't enjoy having sex in water. I will put that out there. No, I don't enjoy having sex in water.
Love you. Can I go? What I love about getting fucked in the water, I go from being Nina West on land to Georges in the sea. I'm just so light.
You're weightless.
They can just throw me around, just flip me around.
But as soon as they try to carry you, it's like, ugh.
You get on land and they're like, fuck, I got a linebacker. What's your next?
At one point, Liz is trying to say it to Ed, I can finally look up to someone, blah, 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 just a height joke. And he's like, you have sloppy sex. And then she says, but you watch porn that's stepbrother, stepsister. And Ashley, without missing a beat, I'm not going to kink shame. Here. You could not script that.
You
Genius.
could not script it. It was fantastic.
These are two people who are so fucking toxic. I think that word's way overused. This is a toxic relationship, y'all. It's been toxic for a long time.
Yeah. It's been toxic for a long time. Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, were there any else?
I had a quote. Let's see. Loren says, don't call me a bottom feeder. Oh, that's not sexual.
Later on.
And that's not sexual. I read it wrong. Sorry. When you're gay, it's a different thing to call me a bottom
I've been
feeder.
a bottom and been fed a dick.
Sorry. Guess we're done with sex quotes.
But you know what? When I'm in that position, I'll put anything in my mouth.
Or your butthole.
Exactly. Amenable. My next one is I don't know if anybody noticed, but there was actually a small men's rights conference.
Yes. Yes. Definitely was.
90 Day Fiancé is famous for its men's rights conference. Men's rights now.
We've had
what do
quite
we
famous
want? What do we want? Rights. When do we want them? Now. Why do we want men's rights? Because we want to feel aggrieved.
True.
Later on, he calls Loren a chauvinist. He's such a fucking moron.
I wrote, can you call? I was so confused
well, that's
by
someone,
him calling her that.
Usually, it's chauvinism. It's weird. You can say it's
We've
almost
often heard
always
male chauvinism.
used.
I've
It
never
is
heard
always
female,
used
yeah.
to someone who denigrates women, not women who denigrate men. That I believe would be misandry. Women who
I think
denigrate
you're right. It is
men.
like a misandrist, which sounds like a drag queen.
You would say misogyny or misandry. I guess you could be a female chauvinist.
I don't know.
But you never hear it in that term. But he's just such an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not going to believe it if Small Ed says it.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Anyway, but later on, Ed is talking to Pat and Gino. You know, foreign women really appreciate men. And Pat's like, I learned that young. They don't try to take your money from you, and they're just happy. They don't talk a lot. You know, the pesky talking is the worst.
When did we go from New Jersey to Florida?
Right. Well, Ed's always been like this.
He has been like that. That's true.
But
He's
when he
horrible
gets,
about it.
So
it was gross, and it kind of carried. There's even more quotes, but then also actions like the whole Jason and Ed fight when Jason immediately starts calling. I don't like this guy when he's immediately calling Ed. He's like, "You're a pussy. You're just a pussy," and then he like picks Liz up to carry her to go fucking dick her down. You know what he is, though? I will say this. That's why some friends and I, maybe other people do too. I don't know if it's common, but that's why I call it Man Diego, because San Diego is such this town with weird
right.
masculine energy. And that's kind of what he is to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of that going on. Pat's not helping with a couple of things like that. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. There was one little last bit. I don't really have a quote. I just have one thing where Angela says, What?
I was going to say, we do have, I don't know if it's the men's rights, but I don't think Manuel is going to be admitted because, y'all, he does at one point say, quote,
to Jason, speaking Spanish. Yeah.
You have to be afraid of women. I bet Ashley watched that and just like was smoking a joint and went, damn right.
Well, she knows how things work with them. Mm-hmm. And she knows that she can keep the upper hand always by being unpredictable.
Yes. Oh, that's
and being loca.
Yes. And this is what I was going to talk to you about, which kind of goes along with everybody kind of talking about sex lives and this and toxicity. It almost, the thing about putting people in the house is that you realize, oh, wait, are Ashley and Manuel's problems as big as everybody else's? Because like Loren and Alexi, we know they're fine. But like some of these couples.
They have normal problems. And the problems are real, but they're normal.
But when we see them in their segments, it's like, how are these two going to work it out? And here I'm like, oh, they're fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, what's your next tea bag?
I was just going to say that I never had on my bingo card Angela talking to Alexi, him wearing her jacket. It looked like a scene from Talking Outside the High School Party on Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah. Coming this fall.
Smoking his cigarettes.
Coming from straight out of New Jersey. Can't hardly wait. Starring.
Can't hardly smoke.
Yeah, can't hardly smoke.
Can't hardly breathe.
Can't hardly breathe.
Angela. And like he's
Starring,
wearing her coat because he's cold. And
great.
It's such a weird, and he just says, real talk, Angela. It's been 6 or 7 years. You know what you're getting at this point. The only one to blame is yourself.
That's 100% true.
And at one point, she just went like this. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right, Alex. I know. And
which this is what Skyla's been saying to her this whole time. Like, but she kind of hears it for the first time.
And she won't be happy until he outright rejects her. That's what she's pushing for, you guys.
Well, because
that's
the reason why she, I think more than anything, yes, it's her issues with men and she's scared, but I think the value she gets in this relationship is because we often talk about what are values in a relationship, but what's actually like the value you get from it. That's okay to ask yourself that and analyze that. And with her, she gets the martyrdom because he's
exactly
stuck in that. And so if he leaves her and has taken advantage of her, then she gets her martyrdom back.
Yep, she has to keep pushing him to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I came to something, and I don't know if you.
I don't like to watch
season.
those videos where you come to something. Please, no. Stop.
It's like when I did Sarper coming as the Count. If you remember the San Francisco real world. Angela is like Puck.
Yep. Mm.
But somehow even more exhausting.
More. It is. We talked about it, but I mean, it's always, but it's just, it's so abusive.
Yeah.
It's so, and even the dynamics, Mike, you can tell Michael is a little scared, and he's tentative and he doesn't want to talk to other people and he's scared. He is acting like someone who not acting. He is behaving as someone who's being
abused
and possibly physically.
And if you know who Puck is, your back hurts. You're welcome.
As Sean Robinson says, we're going to have to leave this here. This is your part one. We will say
like an animal carcass on the freeway.
Yeah, we didn't get a lot of. Sean Robinson is barely present anymore. And
I've got to say, it's been really disappointing for the last couple of seasons.
I'm not blaming her so much. I think they're just the cast members are taking over so much with each other.
I feel like though she doesn't. Maybe it's not edited. She doesn't ask the right follow-up questions anymore. She just doesn't.
No, she doesn't. She's only asking questions to get them to go.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe it'll change in the next episodes. But we're going to be covering on our second half. We're going to be covering our part 2 of part 2. And we'll be covering another B90 couple as well. So,
well, we're talking about another B90 couple.
We're talking about it.
And this one I'm very excited about.
Yes. And next episode will be kind of more normal because they're all for the most part in the tell all again. All right, everybody. That's the show. If you want to hear this show without any commercials, you can do that on RG Plus on our $8 tier. To sign up for that, go to patreon.com/realitygaze or realitygaze.supercast.com, or you can subscribe. Just press that little button on Apple Podcasts and we will give you free
we
content.
We won't know who you are, but that's fine.
Not know who you are. A couple of people from Supercast also have said that there were some ad planes on some of the Supercast. We're figuring that out. Our apologies. That was not intentional. That is not going to be the norm. There will not be ads on Supercast. We understand if you're on the $8 or $15 tier, that's what you're paying for. So, yeah. And also we're going to be covering, I think it probably would have dropped by now, our Bi-Curious, right?
Yes, it will have dropped by now.
Yeah, so check out
Forbidden Love, episode
Forbidden
1.
Love, Are By Curious. That's for anybody on the $5 tier of RG Plus. That's where you can listen to that.
I'm probably going to give like a little bit of update on our fourth couple because they did show up in episode 2.
Okay.
And it's amazing.
So you already have done it.
I've watched that episode. With the charismatic preacher.
And all that. It's good. It's really good. It's, again, a Matt Sharp joint.
I enjoy it.
All right, everyone, leave a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify, wherever you listen. We appreciate it so much. And if there's a meme or something that you thought was hilarious, share it on your social media.
Please.
And be sure to tag us, and we always share it to our account. So we're on Instagram, TikTok, and
if it's funny.
That's not true. It's not true. It's not true. All right.
Better be funny. Step it up. Step it up.
Caitlin's handling that and not you. All right. What if you did? If someone messages you back on a tag and says, try again, that's definitely poodle.
No, I just heart it and move on.
All right, everybody. We will see you
Bring your A game, fuckers.
We'll see you tomorrow on the next episode. We call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely?
I'm sorry. I need to talk about something that is unrelated. My sister's on the phone. Here to talk about taco pasta.
Is she there, Ed? She was yelling and she used turkey. Everybody knows she used beef.
I think I want it from now on. Every time you get into something, I was like, I'm sorry, I need to talk about something unrelated. It's my favorite. That's my favorite segue.
#taco pasta.
Fucker.